Hey everyone, GuardianE here with another live reaction and first impression video in Fire Emblem Heroes. Summer days are finally here, and today we should be getting the reveal of the next set of seasonal units in the game. Now, normally this is where I take some guesses and talk about prevailing theories with respect to who the silhouettes are on the left-hand side, but we got another wrench thrown at us, basically. I don't know what's going on with Nintendo, mobile, and intelligent systems, but first we get a surprise Faye channel out of nowhere. They don't upload the trailer for the next seasonal banner like they're supposed to. I feel like they're really just trying to wreck our sleep schedules is what it comes down to. I feel like that's got to be what it is. But the long and short of it is that the new set of Heroes, the next trailer, was set to release yesterday, last night. It didn't appear, much to the chagrin of the entire fan base. So we probably are going to get the trailer tonight instead, I would suspect. Now, in the meantime, of course, all of the characters have been leaked, so we know who they are at this point. That doesn't mean it's not worth taking a look at the trailer, seeing their full art, because I haven't seen their full art. Also, of course, taking a look at what skills they have to offer us. Now, normally this would also be the point where I would make predictions, which is kind of worthless at this point, as well as just talk about the characters that I would like to see on this banner or the next summer banner. Of course, we're going to be getting 2 summer banners throughout the coming months. But I think I'm going to reserve that for the end of the video, just in case anybody does want to stick around that long. These videos are long enough as it is, I do know that, and I appreciate everybody that decides to stay for the duration of our reaction videos very much. But yeah, let's just save that for the end. For now, let's just jump right into the trailer together and watch it for the first time. Alright everyone, here it is, the summer banner we've been waiting for. Summer Returns. Looks like it's going to be the title. We're going to get started, and everybody don't forget to act surprised. Let's let it roll. Keeping cool this summer. Look at these faces. Familiar faces. There's Gunnthra, beaming smile. This heat. Alright, so she is a cavalry dagger user. Tropical treats. Okay, we've got Laevatein here. Bonfire's blaze.
I'm swimming with Laegjarn, but you can come
Okay, flying green mage. It's cool. She's got like a surfboard. Buoy board. Buoy board. That's awesome. Okay, let's see the attack animation. Oh, that's so cool. I like the waves. I like the waves. Oh, here he is, Helbindi, Seaside Scourge.
You laughing at me? I will end you.
He's awesome. I love his little bucket. That's so cool. Okay, red dual fly infantry. He's got a shovel. Very cool. Oh my goodness, Laegjarn. Burning sun. Wow, look at that art. Wow. Okay. All right. Calm down, Laegarn. World Sea Wave. Okay, so she is a, looks like a blue mage, a flying blue mage. People were speculating she could be a dagger user. She looks awesome. They all look awesome. They all look great. Let's pause here, take a quick look at what we've got. That does look like a little baby Summer Eilger. So it looks like we're going to be getting Eilger as the Tempest Trial unit for free. It looks like she is going to be presumably an infantry axe unit. I suppose it's possible she could be an armor, but they've done weirder things. She could be an armor for all I know, but she's definitely going to be an axe unit at least. And it looks like she's got, is that a shovel? So I guess she can play with Helbindi and make like sandcastles. That's actually kind of adorable if that's the case. I really low-key secretly hope that that's the story. Okay, so let's keep going. And now we'll find out. Yep, okay. So it is confirmed that we are going to have the banner hitting on the 20th. There was it was a little suspect as to whether or not the banner would be hitting at the appropriate time or not, given the tardiness of the trailer, but looks like we are going to be getting it in just 4 hours, basically. So not a ton of time, I guess, to let everything sink in, although we've had some time to let things sink in just from the leak, but it does look like we're getting a pretty short window from the time that the trailer hits and the time that the banner hits, which is totally fine by me. That means we just don't have to wait for them to arrive. So it does look like there is even distribution of colors, which is something it seems like they have strived to do. So there is red, which is going to be Helbindi. Oh, I didn't even notice that he was a sword user. Okay, so there's going to be Helbindi, who's a red, Laevatein, who is a green, Laegjarn, who is blue, and Gunnthra, who is colorless. They all look great. The art on this banner is fantastic. Except Laevatein looks a little weird to me, but Helbindi looks great, Gunnthra looks awesome, and Laegjarn looks so good. So I think we're going to be summoning on this banner. Now, bear in mind, everybody, that there is going to be Summer Banner Part 2. That's just what they've been doing every single year. They double up on that seasonal to take advantage of us, and we're going to definitely see a second seasonal banner, a second summer banner, probably featuring non-OC characters, non-original Fire Emblem Heroes characters. So that could be, that could be anybody with how they've been going and all the different games and representation that they've been hitting for the different fan bases. Really could be anybody. But let's go ahead and rewind, replay, watch it again, and take a closer look at each of their skills and what they have to offer us. Okay, so keeping cool this summer. Yeah, they all look so awesome. All right. So this is Kipu doing the art for Gunnthra. They captured well kind of her gentle nature, and her hair does match that silhouette that we saw. So let's go ahead and pause here, take a look at what skills she's got. So Tropical Treats Plus, it's a 12 might weapon. If a bonus granted by a skill like a Rally or Hone is active on the unit, grants attack res +4 during combat, and a regular dagger effect. So I guess first thing to note, Tropical Treats is going to be an inheritable weapon. And it's going to be providing an in-combat buff. So in-combat buff of attack and res +4 as long as she has some type of Rally or Hone effect on her. That's pretty good. It's definitely a nice bonus. So the only thing is that there's going to be some stiff competition as far as inheritable daggers are concerned. And a lot of dagger units out there have their own preferred weapons. So it's a good skill for Gunnthra, or it's a good weapon for Gunnthra. I don't think anybody's going to be chomping at the bit to inherit this. Yeah, I could guess that maybe certain mage killers might want it, but most mage killer dagger users have either a preferred weapon or they could have a magic user effective weapon to inherit. So I'm not entirely sold on this weapon effect. It's just kind of okay, but it's certainly, it's definitely useful. It's just again, it has some pretty stiff competition. Rally Defense Res Plus, so we're seeing dual Rally Pluses. That's fine. That's pretty good, and we're obviously seeing those more and more often in Ether Raids as kind of an AI manipulation tactic. Speaking of Ether Raids, A-slot skill is Ether Raids Offense Speed Res 3. So if attacking in Ether Raids, we've talked about these Ether Raid skills in the past. I'm not sold on them being all that fantastic or anything, but they're here. And this one, first of all, affects speed and res specifically, and will raise speed and res on Ether Raid offense only, not defense, based upon the number of defensive structures the enemy has. And the fewer structures they have, the greater bonus, up to a maximum of 10. Again, I'm not crazy about the Ether Raid skills. I don't like that they only work for half of a game mode, and the fact that they only work for a game mode at all, but then they only work for half of a game mode. I feel like the defense Ether Raid skills are probably a little bit more useful because you can put them on specific tanks and coordinate and kind of build your map, your Ether Raid, around maintaining the number of defensive structures. But it is what it is. And for a B-slot, Disarm Trap, so really going in hard on the Ether Raid specific skills. Disarm Trap, when attacking in Ether Raids, if unit ends up on a Bolt Trap or a Heavy Trap, cancels the trap's effect. So we saw that with Bunny Paula, with Spring Paula, and actually kind of a useful skill, I have to say. If it's on like an extraneous unit that doesn't really rely on their B-slot skill, it's actually it can be useful. So pretty cool. Nothing mind-blowing here, but she does come with interesting things, and she can be useful in Ether Raid offense as a bonus unit for sure. So let's keep going. Take a look at that art, the attacking art. Yeah, she looks great. Very, very happy. Very cheerful. All right, so here comes Laevatein, Bonfire's Blaze.
I'm swimming with Laegjarn, but you can come too.
Okay, so she's a flying green mage. Let's pause here. I love the look of her weapon. buoy board plus. That's so awesome. So it's an inheritable weapon. That alone is that alone is like incentive to get her. I want that buoy board on like somebody else. If a bonus granted by a skill like a rally or honus, okay, so that's going to be the theme for this entire banner. It's going to be plus attack and res, or plus 4 to 2 different stats, as long as they have an activated buff on them, which again is pretty decent. I mean that's fine. Let's see here. Smite is her assist. That's an interesting choice. Mirror Impact for the A slot. So this is a new skill. If unit initiates combat, grants attack +6, res +10 during combat, and foe cannot make a follow-up attack. Yeah, so that is an interesting skill. That's definitely a premium skill if I've ever seen one. So attack +6, res +10, and foe can't make a follow-up attack. So certainly the intent being to more or less crush mages and dragons. I can definitely see this being a highly coveted skill. Defense res link 3, if movement assist is used by unit or target's unit, grants defense res +6 to unit and target ally. So in line with smite, she could smite one of her allies, and what would that would ultimately do is grant that ally +6 to res and defense, while sending them careening off into enemy lines. And presumably they will be very appreciative of that defensive boost while they're there. Odd attack wave 3, even in odd wave skills, we've seen them. So on odd turns, she'll grant herself and adjacent allies +6 to attack, which happens regardless of whether or not she has an ally near her. Of course, that also synergizes with Buoy Board because it's an activated buff. Same with Defense Res Link 3, that's also creating an activated buff. Mirror Impact is awesome, actually pretty amazing. The Link skills, I appreciate what they do. I like them in theory. I just think they're a little bit niche, and I think that very specific types of units take advantage of the Link skills well, like Mordecai, for example, who was basically built for the Link skills. Odd attack wave, that's also a premium skill. So Laevatein actually comes with some decent stuff here. So I could definitely see people trying to pull for her because she's got some good skills going on. Let's keep going. Yeah, that attack animation. I love the attack animation. I love the waves. Really cool. She is riding a wyvern too. So Seaside Scourge. We've got Helbindi here, who's who's we all know is a big softy at heart. So it's interesting because it's almost refreshing to see a sword infantry unit because we get so many armors and cavalry and everything else nowadays. They've really kind of switched things up, I feel, a little bit, so that it used to be a point where we were exasperated with every sword infantry that came around, and now it's like almost refreshing. Okay, so Helbindi comes with Sandfort Spade Plus, which is a sword. 14 might weapon. If Rally or Hone is activated on him, grants attack defense +4. So that makes sense. It's a melee close range unit. Wants to get defense rather than res. Makes total sense. Rally attack defense plus as the rally skill. Dual rally, good for ether raids and good for arena as well for scoring purposes. It's a high scoring skill. A slot, red dual infantry 3. Okay, so we are going to see more of the dual skills. It's been a little while, I think, since we've seen the dual skills because they've been trying to push these ether raid skills. Like I said, the dual skills, I've said my piece on those skills too. I mean, they're fine. I mean, if you want to use them for higher arena scoring, that's your prerogative. Me personally, I think that it kind of just patches a flawed system. But hey, if you're hardcore in arena and you want to be able to use your infantry, your red infantries, your first gen red infantries that are highly merged, then this might be the skill that you want to take with you. Okay, for the C slot, Panic Ploy 3. Haven't seen Panic Ploy 3 around in a little bit too. So yeah, obviously ploy skills are a debuff in cardinal directions around the unit, and as long as he has some hefty HP above his opponent, they will get Panic Ployed. So he's got I would say his skill set is kind of on the same level as Gunnthra. I mean, it's not there's no wow factor here, but at the same time, he does have some stuff that's, I guess, geared towards arena more. whereas Gunnthra was geared towards ether raids. So, you know, that does kind of make sense. But again, and some premium stuff. I mean, the dual skills are premium skills. And the panic ploy is certainly useful in player controlled and PvP modes. So let's go ahead and keep going. Take a look at Helbindi's attack animation. He looks cool. I love his weapon too. Oh my goodness, Laegjarn.
Compared to the scorching heat of Moosebow, the midsummer sun is rather mild, I find. Let's see.
Oh, she looks awesome. Okay. All right, let's pause here. Got to snap out of it. All right. So World Sea Wave is her weapon, and it looks like it's going to be a premium exclusive weapon to her. It's not inheritable. Might at 14, range at 2, grant speed +3. Always a nice thing to see. If unit's HP is greater than or equal to 50% and unit initiates combat, so it does seem like she might be more player phase oriented, unit can make a follow-up attack before foe can counterattack. Wow, that's actually really good. So if she has greater than 50% health, she gets a Desperation effect. And of course, you can put Desperation on her as a B slot, and you'll have Desperation all the time, which is actually amazing. That's actually pretty great. I gotta say, that's a pretty awesome effect. Wow, that's actually pretty impressive. Reposition for the assist. For flyers, that's a natural choice. It is going to be the movement assist skill that offers the most flexibility and most utility, being able to both offensively and defensively maneuver. Alright, so Swift Sparrow 3. If unit initiates combat, grants attack +6, speed +7 during combat. Wow, that is so good. Yeah, that's a very premium skill. Basically has Death Blow plus Darting Blow +1 speed, more or less, which is great because it looks like she's going to be an all-out offense unit, and again, she's going to have that Desperation effect pretty much at all times if you're going to put Desperation on her B slot. Speaking of her B slot, she has Flyer Formation 3, which is actually an excellent skill. Especially for defense teams, so for Ether Raids defense, as well as Arena defense. Flyer Formation just allows for that increased maneuverability. Flyer Formation is also a seal, so again, for your flyers, you only have one copy of it, for one thing. So if you're running an all-flyer team, you can only put that seal on one of them, so naturally having it as a B slot is also useful. But at least in Laegjarn's case, it seems like since she really would benefit from having Desperation in the B slot, or even Renewal in the B slot, because she wants to be able to heal back then in order to maintain that above 50% threshold. Flyer Formation is a natural fit for her on her seal instead. But Flyer Formation is a great skill, an awesome movement-based skill, and really one of those heavy boons for flyers that's out there. And one of the few toys that's exclusive to flyers. And then for the C slot, Hone Flyers, which is still, I maintain, is still a premium skill. Obviously, we have free means of getting Hone Flyers via Hot Springs Camilla. You can certainly get Hone Flyers that way. Yeah, I mean, it's still an excellent skill. So a natural fit for her. And it's not as though she needs the Hone buff for herself necessarily. I mean, I guess it depends on what her stat line is going to be. But, I mean, it really does feel like she's going to be heavy on the attack and heavy on the speed. And they're probably going to just stack that on. And probably a little bit on the weaker side on the defenses. So, yeah, she has some pretty phenomenal skills. I guess both of the sisters came packing this time of year, because Laegjarn and Laevatein both have some pretty awesome stuff to bring to the table. So let's keep going. And speaking of packing, Laegjarn's art is so good. So good. Okay. Parallel Story Summer returns. And again, I'm going, until I'm proven otherwise, I'm going with my lore of Ilger and Helbindi making sandcastles. So that's awesome. So we're going to get this banner in basically 4 hours. By the time this video goes up, honestly, it'll probably be like 1 hour away from the banner actually launching, something like that, something stupid. So, so from my perspective, Laegjarn and Laevatein definitely have it going on as far as the skills are concerned. They've got tons of premium new skills that we haven't seen. Their weapons, Laegjarn's weapon is awesome. So if you're rolling from a purely skill perspective, definitely I think both of them are great picks. You have Gunnthra here, who I think is geared more towards Ether Raids, and you have Helbindi, who's geared more towards Arena, and they have skills to be consistent with that. So So for me personally, I'm going to be going in hard for Laegjarn, I think. Maybe Gunnthra as well. I don't know. We'll have to see how things go. But definitely Laegjarn is like a big priority for me. Hopefully I'll be able to get her without spending too many orbs. Again, remember that we are going to be getting a second summer seasonal banner in just a few short weeks. So it's not going to be too far along. And just so we're clear, we have more than a month that this banner is live. We have until August 8th until this banner leaves. So plenty of time to summon on it. There's no, mad rush to summon. You can always wait, see what's coming in the door. Of course, I'm not going to be doing that. I'm going to be summoning in just a few short hours. So let me know in the comments below if you're excited for any of these, which ones you're going to be pulling for, if any. Maybe you're just saving for the second seasonal banner. I wouldn't blame you. Maybe you're saving for the legendary banner that's approaching, or maybe you're still just hoarding for Choose Your Legends 3. Let me know in the comments below. If you do pull on this banner, I wish you the best of luck. Hope you get all of the units that you are looking for. I'll certainly be pulling on it, and we'll get a pull video, a summon video out in the next day or two. If you liked the video, and hopefully you did, please feel free to leave us a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel for more Fire Emblem Heroes content. We thank you so much for watching and taking time out of your day to spend with us, especially on a long-ass video like this. We really, really do appreciate it. And until next time, let's protect those skies.